Hey, welcome back everybody. Welcome back to my channel. This is J20 Fitness. You're getting fit with your boy J20. So today's topic, we're gonna be going over deadlifts, why they're important, how to do a deadlift, and what parts of the body they're actually working out. So if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. If you like this video and you like my content, hit the like, subscribe, share, drop some comments, let me know what your thoughts are. Deadlifts, what is a deadlift actually? So deadlift, the movement is basically a hip hinging movement. It's almost like when you're doing a squat, but a little different. There's a lot of mechanics in it that are very similar, almost the same. So deadlifts, it is a great exercise for you to do and add into your programming because it involves a lot of your major muscle groups. It's a full body movement. It's a great way to build muscle, shred some fat. That's what you're trying to do, build some strength. And deadlifts also, when you're doing them, it also translates into a lot of your other movements as far as power goes and being able to do certain things. Deadlifts, you might not notice, you do them in your daily life. There's a lot of things that you might be doing that relates to deadlifts. So actually deadlifting on a regular can also translate into your daily life and your daily movements. So there are actually several types of deadlifts that you can do. There's a bunch of different variations. You have conventional, sumo, you can do with dumbbells, barbells, kettlebells, you can do it on the Smith machine. Either way you can do it, deadlifts are a great benefit for you, for yourself. So if you're not doing them now, you don't have them in your program, and you don't have any serious injuries that will hinder you from doing them, I suggest start adding them into your routines. So first things first, before I even get to actually showing you how to do a deadlift, I want to quickly go over safety and the importance of making sure you're safe and how to safely do a deadlift. So the first things first is you want to make sure you're wearing the proper shoes. You have a nice flat surface to deadlift on, and that as you get up in the weight and actually getting your form down properly before you add too much weight. So a lot of people I've used myself, knee wraps, lifting belts, wrist straps for your wrists and for your hands. So it's missing shoes a second ago. So what you want to do when you're choosing shoes to use when you're lifting is you want a shoe that has a nice flat bottom. That way it's a good support for your feet, so you can really focus on driving your feet into the ground and having a nice stable balance. So what I like to use, I have a pair of No Bulls. You can see that they're pretty flat on the bottom. It's a good lifting shoe. I use that for all of my workouts and a variety of things. I always use that on leg days when I'm squatting, which is a really good balance for when you deadlift. So now I'm going to show you how to actually deadlift and my setup on how I set up for my deadlifts. I just mentioned that about the shoes that you use for deadlifting. Some people like to deadlift without shoes on and their socks, and which is okay because some people it feels like you get like a better feel out of the ground, like you really can feel what you're pushing through the ground and how you're driving. So that's what I'm going to be doing right now. Just make sure you have a nice stable flat ground, so it's even and it doesn't create any imbalances over time. All right, so first thing is first, when you're setting up under the deadlift, you want to be directly middle on the bar, feet about shoulder width apart. And I want you to mentally prepare yourself to always have your feet and your knees both pointed outwards. That's crucial because over time, if you don't do that, it might cause some pain down the line or and some difficulties later on. Where you're gonna put your hands is, you're gonna bend over, put your thumbs on your shins, and then that's where you're gonna line your hands up, and then you can wrap up just like that. So thumbs here, grab the bar. All right, so then once you get your hand placement down and you know where you're gonna have your hands at, the next step is gonna be you're gonna be setting up to pull the bar up. So deadlift being a hip hinge movement, as you come up, I want you think in your mind that you're driving your hips that way on the up portion, and then when you're coming down, you're gonna be driving your hips the opposite way. So you're gonna come up, drive those hips forward, and on the down portion, you're driving your hips back. You're gonna grab the bar, line up, toes and knees pointed both out in the same direction. Grab the bar, And then this next phase, I call it locking in. So you're gonna lock in, arms straight. You're gonna pull your chest out, tucking your shoulders back. So that's gonna help your chest out, and you're gonna look slightly up just a little bit. So you grab the bar, bring your butt down just a little bit, tighten those arms up, bring that shoulder back, and stick your chest out and look up just a little bit. Then you're gonna drive those hips forward in front of you. And then for the return position of the deadlift, you're driving your hips the opposite way and you're coming back down. Now, when you're doing that, you want to make sure you're controlling the movement, you're not going too fast. And after each rep, I want you to reset yourself and then come back up before doing another rep. So you're gonna come down, set yourself back up, make sure your feet are good to go, and then come back up. So I'm gonna do 5 reps just to just so you can see, get a feel for what I'm talking about. Flex your arms right, thumbs on the shins, bring your butt down, tuck those shoulders back, chest out, look up, and then 1. Come back down slow. 3, 2. 4, 5. So also, that was 5 deadlifts right there, conventional style. So when you're deadlifting, you also, I didn't mention this, you also want to focus and try to train yourself on the breathing part. So what I do is when I deadlift, I breathe in as I'm coming up, and on the return portion of the down part of the deadlift, I breathe out. This is going to help the movement become a lot easier, so your breathing isn't hindering your performance. Another important part about the deadlifts is, I didn't mention it a second ago, was your grip. You might ask, what does the grip have to do with it? So you can either use over on your hands or over under, or you can swap between both. My recommendation though is, if you do the over under, is that you rotate in between reps. That way one side doesn't get overused and the other vice versa. Also, when you're doing the over under, you will tend to use a little bit more of your biceps when you're pulling up. So I'll show you. Same setup as if I was showing you earlier. Walk up on the bar, thumbs about like that, and then you just flip your hand the other way. You're gonna grab the bar, wrap those thumbs around your hands, bring that butt down, shoulders tucked, chest, core tight, chest out. Then you're gonna bring the bar up. And like I said, you wanna also rotate when you're doing the reps. So for this one, opposite hand's gonna be the under, right hand is over. Alright, so like I said in the beginning, deadlifts are great overall for your body, muscle building, shredding fat. Deadlifts, it hits your core, your glutes, hamstrings, quads. You get some strength out of your feet, a little bit of your arms, and using your shoulders to keep your chest out, tucking it back, and using your arms to keep that keeping the slack tight when you're doing the deadlift. So if you follow these steps and add these into your programs, it's definitely going to help you in the long run. Hopefully you learned how to deadlift today. Let me know your thoughts, what you thought of the video, if you're hitting deadlifts today, tomorrow, whenever. Yeah, so if you like it, hit that subscribe button, like, share, drop a comment or two, and share it with your friends.